Hello friends, Quality Improvement in Maths Education Project QIME Video Based PPT Presentation 2019. Topic of presentation is Quadratic Equation. Name of the Master Trainer VISHWANATH PATIL. Registration number MTE158. Name of the school Sanjay Gandhi Vidyalaya Nagarwadi, Taluka Chandigarh, District Kolhapur. There are three steps of PPT presentation. First, observe and explore. Second, define and prove. And third one, apply and evaluate. First step of PPT presentation is observe and explore. See the following examples and find the factors of given example. First example, 8. 8 can be written as 1 into 2 into 2 into 2. That means 8 can be written as in the form of multiplication. Second example is 25. 25 is equal to 1 into 5 into 5. That means 25 can be written in the form of multiplication. Third equation, x square plus 5x. This is binomial. It has two terms and one common term, that is x. You have to take common from the outside and put x plus 5 inside the bracket. Therefore, factors of x square plus 5x are x in bracket x plus 5. Fourth example, 2m cube plus 5m square. Once again, it is an binomial. It has m square is a common term and you can find the factors of that is m square and bracket 2m plus 5. And last and fifth example, 2x cube plus 5x square plus 6x plus 15. It has four terms, means it has two pairs of the terms. First pair is 2x cube plus 5x square. It has x square as a common term, therefore you can write here x square in the bracket 2x plus 5. Next pair is 6x plus 15 and it has 3 as a common, therefore you can write here plus 3 in the bracket 2x plus 5, and factors are 2x plus 5 and x square plus 3. In these examples, all are called as factors of polynomial. That means, what do you mean by factor? Polynomials written in the form of multiplication is called as an factor. Now you can see one video. In the video, you can find the factors of polynomial x square plus 6x plus 8 practically. You can take one trinomial with degree 2. Here polynomial is x square plus 5x plus 6. Here 6 is the constant and it has positive sign. Therefore you have to find the factors of 6 to get here sum of 6 is equal to, or factors of 6 with sum is equal to 5 because 6 has an positive sign. Now factors are 6 and 1 is the first factor and second one pair is 3 and 2. But 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. Therefore you cannot take 6 and 1 as a factor. Therefore you have to choose 3 and 2 is the factors of 6. But here 6 has a positive sign and you can learn that plus into plus is equal to plus and minus into minus is equal to minus, means you have to give the sign for both the factors are positive of the middle term. Therefore factors are plus 3 and plus 2 and equation becomes an x square plus 3x plus 2x plus 6. It means it has four terms, that means two pairs. First pair is x square plus 3x and second pair is 2x plus 3. In the first pair x is common, therefore you can write here x into x plus 3. But second pair has a plus 2 as a common, therefore you can write plus 2 outside of the bracket and inside you can put here x plus 3. Therefore factors of that polynomial is x plus 3 and x plus 2. In the second polynomial, it has x square minus 5x plus 6. I can choose same the polynomials, but signs are differ from each other. In this polynomial, constant has positive sign, but middle term has a negative sign. Therefore, you can choose first factors are 3, 2. But here, middle term has a negative sign. Therefore, factors you have to give as an minus 3 and minus 2. Therefore, factors becomes x square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6 is the first step. And second step, x is a common in two terms, therefore you can add here x in the bracket x minus 3, and next here minus 2 is a common, therefore x minus 3 becomes once again common. Therefore factors of x square minus 5x plus 6 are x minus 3 and x minus 2. Take another one, quadratic polynomial x square plus 5x minus 6. Here constant has negative sign. That means you have to find the factors of 6 such that its difference is the coefficient of middle term. Therefore, you have to take the factors of 6 such that 6 and 1 are the factors. But here constant has negative sign. You can learn before that plus into minus is equal to minus and minus into plus is equal to minus. That means constant has negative sign. That means factors one has positive, another one has negative sign. Here middle term has a positive sign. Therefore, greater factor has a positive sign and smaller factor has a negative sign. Therefore, factors of that 6 are plus 6 and minus 1. Therefore, polynomial becomes an x square plus 6x minus 6. It becomes an 4 terms. In the first pair, x is common. Therefore, remaining part put in the inside the bracket and it becomes an x into x plus 6. And in the second pair, minus sign is a common and therefore remaining part put in the bracket, that is x plus 6. Therefore factors of this polynomial are x plus 6, x minus 1 are the factors of this polynomial. Now you can take fourth and last example for the polynomial x square minus 5x minus 6. Here my constant has a negative sign and middle term has a positive sign is the difference before that example. Now here constant has negative sign means its difference is coefficient of middle term. Therefore factors are 6 and 1. But here constant as well as middle term has a negative sign. Therefore largest factor has a negative sign and smallest has a positive sign. Therefore factors of 6 are minus 6 and plus 1. Therefore polynomial become x square minus 6x plus x minus 6. Therefore, in the first pair, you can take here x as a common and remaining part x minus 6 put in the bracket. Next here in the second pair, x plus 1 is a common and remaining part is x minus 6. Therefore, factors of polynomial x square minus 5x minus 6 are x minus 6 and x plus 1. By these 4 different methods, you can find the factors of quadratic polynomial. Before that, you can learn how to find the factors of quadratic polynomial. Now you have to find out the solution of the quadratic equation by 3 methods. First method is factorization method, second one is completing square method, and last one that is called as an formula method. And in this topic you can learn the factorization method. You can learn before that how to find out factors of the quadratic polynomial, and now you have to use here quadratic equation you have to solve by factorization method. That means you have to use that in the define and prove. By using factorization method, you can solve one quadratic equation 2y square plus 27y plus 13 is equal to 0. Before that, you can learn that how to find the factors of quadratic polynomial. Therefore, here factors of 26 are 26 and 1 because 26 has a positive sign and middle term has a positive sign. Therefore factors are plus 26 and plus 1. Therefore equation becomes an 2y square plus 26y plus y plus 13 is equal to 0. In the first pair 2y is a common, therefore remaining part is y plus 13 and in the second pair plus 1 is common, therefore you can put y plus 13 inside the bracket is equal to 0. Therefore factors of that polynomial you can write here, y plus 13 into 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. In the first or second standard you can learn that product of two terms is equal to 0 means any one term becomes an 0. Therefore you have to write here y plus 13 is equal to 0 or 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. You have to take constant to the right hand side. Therefore you can find the values of y are y is equal to minus 13 or y is equal to minus 1 by 2. These two values of y are called as an solutions of quadratic equations. If you can put minus 13 and minus 1 by 2 in the equation, then it becomes an LHS is equal to RHS. Therefore y is equal to minus 13 and y is equal to minus 1 by 2 are called as an solution of quadratic equation 2y square plus 27y plus 13 is equal to 0. Now you can solve one quadratic equation, or it is called as an word problem. Product of Pragati's age 2 years ago and 3 years hence is 84. Find the present age of Pragati. Now your answer becomes an today's age of Pragati is x years and 2 years ago age of Pragati is x minus 2 years and 3 years hence age of Pragati is x plus 3 years. According to the condition, product of age of Pragati 2 years ago and 3 years hence is 84. Therefore equation becomes x minus 2 into x plus 3 is equal to 84. Therefore equation becomes an x square plus x minus 6 is equal to 84. It can be written as x square plus x minus 6 minus 84 is equal to 0, and quadratic equation becomes x square plus x minus 90 is equal to 0. That means this equation is written in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And now you can find the factors of that quadratic equation such that x plus 10 and x minus 9 are the factors of this quadratic equation. Therefore once again you can write here x plus 10 into x minus 9 is equal to 0. That means product is equal to 0. Therefore x plus 10 is equal to 0 or x minus 9 is equal to 0. Therefore you can take constant to the RHS and you get here x is equal to minus 10 or x is equal to 9. Here age is always positive, therefore x is not equal to minus 10, therefore x is equal to 9. Therefore today's age of Pragati is 9 years. Apply and evaluate means you can solve three methods, that is factorization method, completing square method and formula method in the day-to-day life, or you can say that for solving quadratic equation it is you can use here apply and evaluate. Application of quadratic equation means you can use the method of solving the quadratic equation, that is factorization method, in the word problem. Therefore I can choose first word problem. There are a rectangular onion storehouse in the farm of Mr. Ratnakar Rao at Tivsa. The length of rectangular base is more than the breadth by 7 meters and diagonal is more than length by 1 meter. Find the length and breadth of the storehouse. Now you can solve this example by taking or using only one alphabet. Now I can use here one alphabet, that is x. Length, breadth of an rectangular onion storehouse is x meter. Therefore according to the condition, breadth is x plus 7 meters and diagonal is x plus 7 plus 1, that is means x plus 8 meters. According to the Pythagoras theorem, diagonal square is equal to length square plus breadth square. Diagonal is x plus 8 and length is x plus 7 and breadth is x. Therefore equation becomes x plus 8 bracket square is equal to x plus 7 bracket square plus x square. Therefore factors of x plus 8 bracket square are x square plus 16x plus 64, and factors of, or you can say that expansion of x plus 7 bracket square is x square plus 14x plus 49, and x square you have to write as it is. All the terms which are to the LHS you have to take to the RHS, and equation becomes x square minus x square minus x square plus 16x minus 14x plus 64 minus 49 is equal to 0, and equation becomes minus x square plus 2x plus 15 is equal to 0. You can change the sign of all the terms and equation becomes x square minus 2x minus 15 is equal to 0. Before you can learn, you have to find the factors of minus 15 such that its difference is minus 2. Therefore, factors are minus 5 and plus 3, and you can write the quadratic equation as x square minus 5x plus 3x minus 15 is equal to 0. In the first pair, x is common, and in the second pair, 3 is common. Therefore, factors become an x plus 5 and x plus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, you can write here x is equal to 5 or x is equal to minus 3. Here x is a negative number. Therefore, x not equal to minus 3. Therefore, you can take x is equal to 5. Therefore, breadth of an onion storehouse is 5 meters and length is 5 plus 7, that is equal to 12 meters, and diagonal of onion storehouse is 13 meter. Now you can take one example. 9 in the bracket x square plus 1 by x square minus 3 in the bracket x minus 1 by x minus 20 is equal to 0. This is not called as an quadratic equation. First we have to convert this equation in the form of quadratic equation and then solve this equation by factorization method. For that, you can put here x square plus 1 by x square is equal to x minus 1 by x bracket square plus 2 in the original example, and original example becomes 9 in the bracket x minus 1 by x bracket square plus 2 minus in the bracket x minus 1 by x minus 20 is equal to 0. In these two terms, x minus 1 by x is a common part. For that common part, you can use here another one alphabet. I can put here x minus 1 by x is equal to a, and equation becomes 9 in the bracket a square plus 2 minus 3a minus 20 is equal to 0. You can multiply 9 to both the terms and equation becomes 9a square plus 18 minus 3a minus 20 is equal to 0. And now you can write your equation in the standard form, and standard form is 9a square minus 3a minus 2 is equal to 0. Now here factors are 3a minus 2 and 3a plus 1 is equal to 0, and now you can write here a is equal to 2 by 3 or a is equal to minus 1 by 3. Here a is equal to 2 by 3 and a is equal to minus 1 by 3 are the solution of the equation a 9a square minus 3a minus 2 is equal to 0. But in the original example, x is alphabet used. Therefore, you have to re-put the values of a in the original value of x, that is equal to x minus 1 by x is equal to a. Therefore, you can put here a is equal to 2 by 3 in the x minus 1 by x. Therefore, x minus 1 by x is equal to 2 by 3. You can multiply 3x to the original example and equation becomes 3x square minus 3 is equal to 2x, and you can take all the terms to the LHS and equation becomes 3x square minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Now here 3 into 3 is equal to 9, but you cannot find the factors of 9. To get its difference is equal to minus 2. Therefore, this equation cannot be solved by factorization method. Therefore, you have to solve this example by formula method. It is an application. Therefore, you can use any method to solve this example. Therefore, you can write here a is equal to 3, b is equal to minus 2 and c is equal to minus 3. And formula for finding the roots are x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2. You can put the values of a, b, c in the formula and you get here x is equal to minus in the bracket minus 2 plus or minus square root of minus 2 square minus 4 into 3 into minus 3 divided by 2 into 3, and you get here x is equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus 36 divided by 6. Add 4 and 36 and you get x is equal to 2 plus or minus square root of 40 divided by 6. Square root of 40 is an pure square. You have to convert it into the mixed square and write here x is equal to 2 plus or minus 2 in square root of 10 divided by 6. In the first and second term, 2 is common. Therefore, x is equal to 2 in the bracket x plus or minus square root of 10 divided by 6. 2 1s are 2, 2 3s are 6. Therefore, you can write last answer x is equal to 1 plus or minus square root of 10 divided by 3. Therefore, x is equal to 1 plus square root of 10 divided by 3 or x is equal to 1 minus square root of 10 divided by 3 are the solutions of this equation, but one value we have to put once again in the original example. Now you can put the second value of a is equal to minus 1 by 3 in x minus 1 by x is equal to minus 1 by 3. X and 3 are the denominators, therefore you can multiply it by 3x and equation is 3x square minus 3 is equal to minus x. You can put minus 3 from right hand side to the left hand side and equation becomes 3x square plus x minus 3 is equal to 0. It becomes an quadratic equation, but it also not solved by factorization method, therefore you have to use here formula method. Therefore you can write here a is equal to 3, b is equal to 1 and c is equal to minus 3, and formula you can once again write here x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Put the values of a, b, c in it. X is equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 1 minus 4 into 3 into minus 3 divided by 2 by 3. X is equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 1 plus 36 divided by 6. Therefore x is equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 37 divided by 6. Square root of 37 is an pure square, but you cannot convert it into the mixed square. Therefore answer of this example is, now the quadratic equation or its roots are become x is equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 1 plus 36 divided by 6. X is equal to minus 1 plus or minus square root of 37 divided by 6. Therefore answer is x is equal to minus 1 plus square root of 37 divided by 6, or x is equal to minus 1 minus square root of 37 divided by 6. That means in this example it has four roots. Therefore it has 4 roots, but only one quadratic equation has 2 roots, but this equation has 4 roots. Now you can take as an exercise, you have to solve for a quadratic equation. Solve the following examples by factorization method. First example, x square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0. First example. Second, 5m square minus 22m minus 15 is equal to 0. Third example, x square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0. Therefore last example is 3y square is equal to 15y. Therefore so on. Thank you.